The Sikha that I would like to now present for Parshat BAMIDBAR is one that is printed in the Likutei Sichot, volume 13. Sikha number 2 is an analysis of Rashi's commentary to BAMIDBAR 3:6. Before looking at the Rashi text, it would be useful to locate this pasuk in the context of the entire Parsha. Sefer BAMIDBAR opens with a command to Moshe Rabbeinu to undertake a national census. These instructions were communicated to Moshe Rabbeinu in the year 2449, Rosh Chodesh Iyar. In other words, 11 months counting from the departure out of Egypt. In this perek, we have a list of the tribal representatives, in other words, the head of the tribe that would be responsible to carry out the actual census. We also have a tribe-by-tribe calculation of the census results, keeping in mind that Moshe Rabbeinu was instructed not to include Shevet Levi into the national census. Perek 1 concludes with a series of pasukim establishing the role of Shevet Levi post-Yitziat Mitzrayim. Perek 2 of Sefer BAMIDBAR details the order of the encampment that existed during the 40-year trek until they reached the River Jordan. Much symbolism has been read into the structure. The pivotal focus of the encampment was the Ohel Moed. Encircling the Ohel Moed were the camps of Moshe and Aaron's 3 sons, Gershon, Kehat, and Merari, and encircling them were the 12 Shvatim, minus Levi, but including 2 tribes from Yosef, Manasseh, and Ephraim. 3 tribes to the north, 3 tribes to the south, 3 tribes to the east, and 3 tribes to the west. The focus of Perek Gimel is Shevet Levi, and in particular Aharon and his descendants, possibly forewarning the eventual selection of Kohanim out of Shevet Levi, the line moving from Levi to Kehat, to Amram, and to Aharon. Linked into the change of status with regard to Shevet Levi is a command regarding undertaking a census of the Bechorim, all the firstborn of the 12 tribes excluding Levi. This is recorded in Pasuk Mem to Mem Gimel of this Perek. And this leads into the flow on of this census of the Bechorim, in which the religious leadership of all 12 tribes was initially assigned to the firstborn of each family on account of the lack of leadership on the part of the Bechorim. Regarding the Egel HaZahav, God seemed to have viewed the Bechorim as not capable of providing the necessary leadership of the nation, and therefore Shevet Levi was formally designated to replace the Bechorim as religious functionaries and guardians of the Ohel Moed. Perek 4, and moving into Perek 5, we move up the genealogical table back to Levi, patriarch of the Leviim, and the Chumash lists the various duties that were delegated to each of the 3 clans. From Pasuk 1 to 20, we have the duties that were assigned to Kehat and his descendants. Pasuk 21 to 28, the duties assigned to Gershon, and 29 to 33, the duties assigned to the descendants of Levi's 3rd son, Merari. Worth noting is that Parashat BAMIDBAR ends with the duties assigned to Kehat, and Parashat Naso begins mid-Perek at Pasuk 21. The Perek ends with a census total of the entire Shevet Levi. The Sikha is an analysis of Rashi's commentary to BAMIDBAR 3:6. This is the pasuk in which Shevet Levi is formally assigned a leadership role. They function primarily to serve Aharon HaKohen, following the eventual transfer of religious authority from Moshe Rabbeinu to Aharon.